It's time for the Daily Stand Up Podcast presented by Agile Dad with your host, Lee Henson. Without any further ado, let's get started. All right, confession time here. I don't know how I'm going to nerd out any more than this ever in the future, but I'm going to try to nerd out with you now. So, someone sent me this article and said, must read, dot, dot, dot. So I immediately, of course, piqued my curiosity because that's how I roll. And I found this article that's called Agile Retros and Jedi Council Meetings. And I'm like, they can't be talking about Star Wars. But guess what? They are talking about Star Wars. Jedi Council meetings and Agile Retrospectives share similarities in their purpose and structure as gatherings designed to reflect on progress, identify areas for improvement, and plan for the future. So, in a Jedi Council meeting, obviously referring to Star Wars universe here, so I hope I don't get dinged for this, but here we go. In the Star Wars universe, the Jedi Council is an assembly of experienced Jedi Masters who are responsible for guiding the Jedi Order and making critical decisions. They regularly convene to discuss the state of the galaxy, assess current situations and threats, and determine the appropriate course of action for each. These meetings often involve reflecting on past events, addressing challenges, strategizing for the future, etc., etc., etc. On the other hand, Agile Retrospectives, um, this is where, whether you're building any type of product or service, this is a regular meeting held by Agile teams to reflect on their recent work and identify areas for improvement. During retrospectives, team members discuss what went well, if there's areas that need to be improved, what were the events that happened in our timeline, and how did they impact our ability to deliver, all this good stuff. Are there any action items that we should take going forward to help us do even better? There's just lots and lots of great information here. During retrospectives, team members discuss all the things they need to do in order to rekindle, reinvent, or re engage with what they were trying to build, the product or service they're trying to build. So the key is a focus on continual improvement, on growth and learning, and on how they're going to inspect and adapt to change. All very, very helpful and interesting things. So, if you think about it from that perspective, Jedi Council meetings and Agile retrospectives definitely share similarities in the way they're structured, their purpose, and making sure that we understand that it's a gathered focus on reflection. Um, if you could focus more on improvement and how or what things you can do in order to help you personally grow and engage as well as professionally grow and engage, those are going to be the tools that are going to help you not just in retrospectives but in life. One of the common things I've seen with agile organizations and teams is that many don't take the time to do or execute a retrospective. Many of them fall by the wayside and they don't engage, and it causes grief. So what I'm trying to say is the retrospective is incredibly important because it helps us do a gut check. It helps us see where we are. It helps us all come to the table and have a conversation. And I want to point out, retrospectives don't always have to be abysmal or miserable or nightmarish. Retrospectives can be a very positive, engaging, exciting adventure where we talk about what we can do as a team to really situate ourselves better and find solutions and techniques that are going to help us to really improve just one notch. And I want to make sure I emphasize that. So many times I go in retrospectives and a team say, here are the top 1,000 things we need to improve. And I'm like, that's not what this meeting's for. I want to know the top one or maybe two you want to improve or work on. And what are we going to do and how are we going to address those? And I think that if we can regain our focus on the one or two, that it's going to help us better interact and engage when it comes to the remainder. So, in summary, Jedi Council meetings incredibly important. Retrospectives incredibly important. Understanding Agile very important. Understanding Scrum very important. Using the Force in a Star Wars movie very important. Using the Force in Scrum also very important. And for those of you who don't remember what the Force is, it's the 5 Scrum values. We'll end with that. So the first value is focus. F. It's going to help us to focus on what we should be doing today and how we can add or contribute value this day. The O is for openness. Are we being open and honest in our conversations with others? How are we engaging? And what level of openness do we have when we talk to others? Um, Obviously, you want to make sure you have the focus and the openness together, or else one without the other doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, how about respect? R is for respect. This is where we're going to respect each other and respect the process and make sure we understand the flow implicitly. The C is for commitment. It was Master Yoda who said, "Do or do not, there is no try." And of course, the E is for exceeding courage or exceptional courage or extreme courage. Just because fork, FORCC, didn't make much sense. No, but honestly, if you can have extreme courage and you can talk about problems and have the right discussions, it's really going to help you accelerate growth, not just in your professional life, but in your personal life as well. That's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have a topic you want us to discuss, feel free to reach out to me, learn more at agiledad.com, where I'd love to hear from you. And as always, we encourage you to stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Until next time, do take care.